Dora and these guys have been reacting to the fact that Candace Owens started off on this main thing that Israel killed Charlie Kirk. And then there's a bunch of these other fuckers that are, let me see if I can find these guys. Where are they? Yeah, here we go. Peanut Butter Dickhead and his buddies all, they're kind of the canary in the coal mine of whether people believe, that whether Trump's going astray or they're going to, he's missed, well, let me show you. This is so fucked up. And can I just say that production-wise, it's irritating. This is titled "The FBI is Lying." That's pretty on the nose, I would say. Wouldn't you, chat room? Hit that like, share the show. Charlie Kirk assassination mystery explodes, bad choice of words, with secret UVU campus construction. Get ready for some bulging veins on Vinny's neck.
Last week, we showed a clip, maybe on Monday, the Range Day Bro clip. Guy on my neck sends me a message saying, Pat,
my neck.
That Range Day Bro clip you played was great, but a guy just sent me something showing a complete different thing. Fast forward the Range Day Bro clip to about 4 minutes. Keep going.
Stop. Back up. Keep going. Stop. Back up. Keep going. They can't give you a fucking slider on this, like right where the screen, so you can go like this. Somebody can't arrange for that right in front of you on your little iPad right there. You can't manage to make that happen. You can't. That technology is, I guess that's what happens when you're a beta.
4 minutes. Keep going.
Keep going. Stop, and back up.
More.
Go forward.
Okay, back up a little bit, Rob. Back up a little bit.
Yep, forward.
Where it shows the headset on Charlie's ear. Go back.
Backstory. So, one of the stories being told around the right wing is that was the exit wound that you saw on Charlie's neck when the front of his neck exploded. That he was shot from here, and it came out there. That it's that A-B logic that goes in this way, exit wound creates the big hole instead of it struck him here and basically glanced up and it shattered his skin and his basically the main vein from his heart going up and his jugular and just exploded it all. Hence the blood came out, and there's that kind of like hit boom. There's that delay. Okay, that's that thing. That's not what happened. According to these guys, he was shot here and the bullet went down in and came out this way or back here. And so there was this idea that somebody saw something flying by in another video. Candace Owens sold this as well, that you're seeing blood fly from the back, which meant he was shot over here. And this guy thinks it was that Charlie Kirk was wearing an IFB the whole time. One of those little like headsets that news people wear that lets him know what's up all the time, which I don't know if that meant they were feeding him answers in his debates. Did he have debate bros? Is that what they're selling to everyone? Is that all this time Charlie Kirk at these little debate things that he did had like some TPUSA bros on microphone, and anytime he was asked about details about something, they could just feed him shit or talking points?
Go back. Let's see if we're going to see it or not. Go back a little bit. So he's showing this part. Ah, man. Okay, right there. Play it from right there, Rob.
Comes in.
I don't see a bullet coming in anywhere.
In that circle area, you have the blood splatter go down, then up, and then the exit wound emerges.
You're also...
So that's that guy right there that they're speeding through, that this other guy's speeding through, because they're playing double speed clips, is saying that you see blood splatter coming up. And this guy makes the argument that it's an IFB popping out of Charlie's ear.
Find out this guy talks out both sides of his mouth. He'll say something like, the FBI is lying, the official narrative is lying, and then he'll say, I'm not accusing anybody of anything.
What matters is that the official narrative is not true.
See that thing that comes out, it looks like it's blood, right?
They will say it's 100% conclusive, or it's already been proven.
It looked like blood. Even we thought it was blood, right? Now, Rob, go fast forward at a different angle.
The production value here is spectacular, and it's one thing when I fuck up with my little setup that I'm running by myself. It's another thing entirely where, there's like 8 fucking people working on this show.
With him, just fast forward the clip, and go until he shows the angle. Keep going, 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 keep going. Okay.
This is awesome. We need that as an audio drop. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. I just like it. Just stop. Just okay.
Right there, right there. Go back about 20 seconds. Okay, play it from right there. Go ahead.
So we're going through here.
Also, this is right before Charlie gets shot. They do not show it, but they're going frame by frame up to the moment.
Step by step, frame by frame, until we find it. So that right there, you could see his reaction right here. So this is what I believe to be the first frame capturing his reaction of anything from the bullet. So now here, when you look around his ear, I believe that is
one
the
of those
wire.
earpiece, like you know the wire when you
and
speak.
it's often a
Like you know the wire when you speak. It's called an IFB. You know exactly what it is. Call it what it is, you weirdo.
transparent type wire. Now let's go ahead one more frame. There
That
it is.
comes
It's
up.
coming
So it
up
looks like it's
here now
blood.
behind him. That is certainly not blood splatter like this guy falsely claimed. And also, where's the blood dripping that he was?
So fucking weird. This is what they're spending their days and nights doing. There are so many fucking videos about this, chat room. It's nuts. Like, this is what the right is doing right now. And they think Kash Patel and Bongholio and Pam Bondi are not just like covering it up because it's embarrassing, but are active participants. Wrap your head around that for a fucking second.
Claiming was dripping on the side of Charlie's head. There is no blood there because there was no entry wound here.
That's his
One more
opinion,
frame.
Did you hear that? That's his opinion. That was Vinny, I think.
You could see that it was up in the air. You can see it's still right there, still vertical. And now it's right there. It just flung behind his head, and it's kind of going diagonal right there. And keep your eye right there on that spot. You're going to see it disappear on the next frame. See, it moved up and gone already because of the force of the impact. Now, nowhere here is there any type of entry wound. You would have seen an explosive entry wound by now, just like we did from the views from the front, which shows that there was absolutely zero shots hitting Charlie from this side. So anybody that tries to show you a video from
Pause it right there. Okay, so remember, guys, this is why I love what's going on right now. Because everybody is what? Reacting to whatever they have and reacting to whatever they have. Tom, when you...
Yes, that's what I like as well. People are reacting to whatever they have and reacted to whatever they have. Yeah, by the way, the book above his head, hold on. It's called The Man Who Killed Kennedy, or The Men Who Killed Kennedy. Yeah.
What do you think about?
Well, I want to see all the perspectives and all the angles. I don't want to keep seeing, Charlie and the moment of passing there, but I want to know for sure what's up. I want to know for sure what's up. And
You don't trust Trump's FBI and Trump's DOJ? They told you what's up. They got the person. They got the weapon. It's cut and dried. It was a trans lefty, right? It's one and done, buddy. Over and out. That's it. Lone gunman. And it's your guys in charge of every fucking thing. Nothing but loyalists in the upper echelons of the FBI. Nothing but loyalists in the DOJ. Nothing like Bongholio overseeing the whole fucking thing. P.S. Epstein hung himself. It was definitely a suicide. And Bongholio didn't look nervous at all in that video.
everybody that is a forensic analyst is saying the same thing. They said, that does not look like an entry wound on the front of his neck. That does not look like an entry wound. That looks like an exit wound. You have hunters that have talked about this. You have people that are coroners that have talked about this. And so the question is, okay, how did such a cataclysmic wound happen there?
No, that isn't the question. Nope. I'm sure there are a myriad of scientists and forensic pathologists and other people and gunshot experts that can tell you exactly how a bullet comes in and ricochets around inside the human body or hits something with such force that it tears the tissue, and the force of the blood that pops out of it actually increases that and creates exactly what you saw with Charlie Kirk. I'm sure there are people that could do that. The question isn't about the material aspects of it. The question is, why don't you trust Kash Patel, Dan Bongholio, and fucking Pam Blondie? Why can't you get there? Why can't you get to these fuckers are lying to us? Because that's where you got to get. And if you get anywhere but this, you know, the only reason you could even think of allowing this to happen or protecting it is because it's value and a distraction from the Epstein files, which must be worse than this as far as Trump is concerned. Because that's, I mean, where else is your brain going to go? Except for what they're telling you is the truth. And if you don't like that, that's tough shit. That's what happened. But because these people are so committed to their own paranoia, committed to there must be some other, you know, they, them behind the whole thing, then you got to keep digging. My only thing is, if you believe that, don't stop the minute you get to, well, shit, Trump would have had to have known. Keep fucking going. I'm not there with you. I don't believe that. But if you're going to go with this line of questioning, if you're going to go with it was a big fucking conspiracy, there is no way Trump can't be involved in it then. At this level. There's no way Kash Patel wouldn't be involved in it. There's no way that Bongholio and fucking Bondi wouldn't be involved in it. It's just no way. So either you've got to take the standard line of what happened from the Utah police and all that kind of stuff and suck it up and deal with the fact that it was yet another university shooting and we have them all the fucking time. And just because it was a friend of yours, suddenly you give a goddamn when you don't give a shit whenever they, somebody shoots somebody on another college campus or on a high school or in an elementary school. You don't give a fuck about that. You're not, parsing that. Really? Could they have possibly walked in with that many guns? How did they get them? Why wasn't there a red flag? You guys are against even looking into that. Meanwhile, this, you think you're going to keep digging and you're only going to find one of two things. It's exactly how they said it was, or your friends are in on it. That's it. That's the only two options. Occam's rubber mallet, you dumb motherfucker.
And the bullet, Man of Steel was lodged in there. Okay, is somebody going to do ballistics?
Yes, someone's going to do ballistics. They're going to have to show the weapon and the bullet or the bullet fragments or what's left of it and prove that it's from that as part of the case against Tyler Robinson when he goes to trial. Now, in the idea that if he makes a deal to avoid the death penalty, if they're going to allow him to do that, then I wait for the second wave of panic from these motherfuckers. Like, they don't want to go to trial because that would mean they have to show the bullet. Please keep digging. Please keep digging.
So I'm waiting for conclusive data from a real investigation other than, hey, his DNA was on this firearm. Okay, but had the firearm been fired? And do we have ballistic?
No, he just crawled up there and hugged it.
It's on the bullet that you said was
Thank you,
found
Angela.
in his neck, just below the skin. I want to see all these angles, and I'm glad that one is keeping others in check. But man, that's an egg.
They're not. They're not one is keeping others in check because you motherfuckers will never get there. You will never get to Kash Patel would have to be in on it. Pam Bondi would have to be in on it. Trump would have to be in on it. Bongholio would have to be in on it. And if you think there was more to this and that they're covering it up, they are active participants in covering for who truly assassinated a dude you consider a friend. So fuck you for not getting there, for like driving this nail halfway in and calling it a fucking day. Either accept the story that the ballistics and the people around that were present at the thing and the DNA shows you, or go dig all the way to bedrock, you lazy motherfuckers. You have a choice. Either he was shot by Tyler Robinson from the rooftop and the facts will bear that out, or Trump helped kill Charlie Kirk. That's it. There's no gray area between the two, dumbass. And the only annoying part, the biggest and most disgusting part of this is that these assholes will play around in this murky, somebody must have known something, but they can't get to Trump and Bondi and Bongholio and fucking Kash Patel because they're buddies. They've been on the podcast. They've all been on the show. So it must have been somebody else, but they're covering for that person. Why? Because their life's in danger too? Well, why would they be fucking afraid? Like, Trump runs the greatest military in the world. He could order them to shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue on his behalf and not lose any support in the Supreme Court, right?
Exit wound from the front. That's my opinion based on the folks that I'm watching who are experts in these kind of forensics.
Really? Is it really? You've been watching, have you? Have you watched YouTube and Twitter videos about it? Jesus Christ.
So the question is, how do you get that kind of a wound?
Vinny.
I'm with Tom 100%. They're claiming this is.
By the way, I would be 100% all in for everything that Vinny vents about on these shows because of the obvious target if he reaches the logical conclusion, but he will never fucking get there.
The FBI and everybody that it was the 30.
The FBI and everybody. Would that include Kash Patel and Dan Bongino and Pam Bondi and Trump himself and everybody else that Trump has put in positions of power?
6. It was not a 30-6. The official narrative is not official, and this guy is just another. And
Well, it is official. That's why they call it official or whatever. You could say it's not legitimate. I think maybe that's what you were trying to say, but it's definitely official.
I get 100%. It looks like an earpiece, but from anybody that shot guns and knows about this type of thing, that if it was a 30-6, it would have been a completely. He would have been It would have been disgusting. It would have been a lot worse than what you got.
It was disgusting.
Saw number one. Number two, all this footage, just camera phones sucked in and it's blurry. The main footage is the HD camera that was sitting behind Charlie shooting down.
Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to tell you, Turning Points USA is also in on it. And they didn't come to this on their own. Apparently, they got this from Candace Owens.
Capturing him and the entire crowd. But somebody from Turning Point grabbed it, was all sneaky with it, put it in a hat and give it to another guy that ran off. And we're supposed to just take their word that this guy handed it off after he looked at it and gave it to the FBI. I'm sorry. I don't believe the official narrative.
Well, then why wouldn't you call for the dismantling of Turning Points USA? Think about that for a second. That the people at TPUSA were complicit in and gave aid and comfort to the gruesome assassination of the head of the organization, hid evidence on behalf of the shooter, and these motherfuckers would be on stage at TP. I would be shocked if they aren't already confirmed guests at the next TPUSA event.
The school. What
I
happened
called
when you
yesterday. I called, and Amanda was with me. She recorded it. I called UVU, and I called to the main desk, and I said, "Hey."
By the way, I'm sorry, people at UVU, for all the fucking lunatics who must be calling you right now.
I'm with such and such. I made up a thing, and I said, I'm trying to find out if you guys, because the construction that's happening right now is unbelievable. It doesn't even look like what it is right now, okay? Doesn't make sense. I said, who do I talk to? You guys just had, and I apologize, you guys had the biggest assassination since JFK on your campus. Was there scheduled construction?
Biggest is no. I mean, I know you're a Zapruder Film Association kind of stuff is why you're saying that. By the way, this is the guy who's replacing Adam, technically, who's normally sitting there, I guess.
on the exact site where this happened. Can you comment on that? He goes, let me direct you to the right place. Your conversations, your typing, da 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 da, sends me to like maintenance or.
Very suspicious that anybody would talk and ask someone around them where they should send that call, or do any kind of computer typing up, like keeping notes of the kooks that are calling.
Something like that. And it's a female that picks up, and I go, hey, I'm so and so with media. I go,
I'm with media, and oh, thank God! Don't worry, everybody. Media's on the phone.
just curious. Did you guys have construction set up? Whispering, talking. I can't talk to you about that. I go, no. Hold on one second. I don't need information about the shooting or nothing like that. Did you guys have scheduled maintenance? Because I would assume that if it's an assassination at this magnitude, you would leave
At this magnitude.
the crime scene for potential bullets, potential fragments, other things to recreate in the scene.
No. Most schools are back open a couple of days later after other kids get shot. Just because you're deifying Charlie Kirk and you're making this like a pivotal political assassination for your worth. Well, hold on a second. Hold on. Sorry, this little AI I built was talking in the background. Yeah, I think I said its wake up word by accident.
There's stuff in that ceiling, that overhead, Pat, that there's cameras, there's an opening that you could get in there. I'm like, how is this normal? Who made the decision? I can't say anything. Let me give you the information to our VP of Strategic and Communications Management. I called her 3 times. I don't want to say her name. I called 3 times. Nobody picked up, and I left a message. I'm just trying to figure out with this type of magnitude. And you know what's insane? For how many
Everything.
minutes after, not one police officer went there and secured the crime scene. I've watched multiple videos. I've watched aftermath of videos. I saw people coming and stealing hats off a truck and throwing them. Some guy's like, what the hell are you doing? There's no way this type of cover-up, and the fact that when you
That's a
called
fact. That you law enforcement should have shown up and taped the
Why
scene.
didn't they?
and you know what's crazy?
So weird. Like, I don't know. It's almost as if it was the most photographed shooting we've had in a long time, and the victim had the evidence in them, and the rest of it was filmed. It wasn't the triangulation of it. They knew you can. I mean, they wanted footage from everything, but what are they going to tape off? What are they going to get? Fingerprints? The dude was shot from 200 yards away.
Just like Butler.
They were
Why
there, though.
didn't-
Just like Butler.
I don't know, but you know what's crazy, Pat? I saw a cop. One cop basically had his gun drawn while they were bringing Charlie, God
Yeah,
rest his soul, to the
yeah.
vehicle. Your job, bro, is to go. This.
Bro, yeah, thank you. Tell the cops what they should be doing, Vinny. Thank you. Start yelling at the cops that while someone has been shot and there might be an active shooter, and at that point the shooter is running around and nobody knows if he's going to shoot anybody else and stuff. Fuck you, dude. They're speeding this body out of the place, and this guy's covering in case anybody takes a shot at maybe the people who are transporting the body to make sure they finish the job, which is entirely possible. That's not what you should be doing, officer. You asshole. Tell him, Vinny.
This idiot, and by the way, Candace yesterday was talking about this guy.
Yeah, thank you, Candace, finally. Somebody calls out these stupid cops, right? Right, Candace? Right, Vinny? Jesus.
She knows him. She goes, never has this guy ever been around when we were on tour.
This who? Back up a second and say who we're talking
the
about.
guy with the camera that was taking the SD
Who
card out.
stood on the chair.
Who stood? Think about this, guys. It's a crime.
I guess she's talking about about the cops. She's talking about somebody from TPUSA, the guy who took the SD card out of the camera and hid it or took it away or whatever.
I'm seeing. You're
So by the way, so nobody would snatch it and post it, as people would do. You know what I mean? If you're going to leave the scene, you're like, holy shit, if I walk away from this and there's nobody here securing this, somebody will just take this footage and it'll disappear. I want to make sure it gets someplace. There's a real argument for if that had just happened, you'd be like, oh shit, we have it on camera. Let me get that and give it to them right away. Like, that seems like logical, but it isn't. Whoever this person is, they're sketchy as fuck, and nobody's ever seen him before.
moving the chair that he was shot. There's probably evidence in there if there was, God forbid, a bullet in there. He's climbing
Yes, there's a bullet in the chair. That's where the bullet went.
up there moving everything and nobody's saying anything? Common sense 101. You're touching the crime scene. That's the main event.
Yeah, you might even be on camera. You might be the last couple of seconds of the footage with your fucking face as you reach up and turn the camera off.
Camera has everything. Okay, and I'm sorry, people are like,
No, it doesn't.
who do you trust? Get Israel, get all that out of there. The way that it was handled and the fact that his friends and
Guys, and the thing at the back, and obviously Kash Patel is behind all of it. No, he's not gonna get there.
everybody else have just moved on and they're worrying about Turning Point does not sit with me, well, Pat. And I'm talking about my mom, I'm talking about people from all walks of life are like,
Your mom called?
something doesn't feel right.
Whose mom?
Yes.
My mom, my aunt, my cousins, my friends.
Yes, all your friends are calling you because you come from a long line of paranoids, I guess, is that?
I'm having messages from people that I haven't talked to in years.
I bet.
Like, I know I watched the show and everything. They go, none of us feel like what we're being told is the truth. Not with Tyler, not with none of it is adding up. The boyfriends disappeared. Now they're trying to say that Tyler didn't even step foot on the campus
so let me
that
ask you
day.
this. What do you think is going to end up happening?
I think Kash Patel is going to give us all. It's the most transparent administration in history, man, and we're going to get all of it. I just wish it would come faster but I know that they want to do due diligence and stuff, and of course they're right in the middle of building the ballroom, and that takes a lot of mental focus. A lot of stuff's going on, tariffs. So there's a lot of. So I think Trump. He'll probably do a special. Maybe he'll do it at the State of the Union. Trump will basically be the opening legal argument at the trial of Tyler Robinson. He's going to turn the SOTU into that, or not.
Just like every single time, PBD, they always get away with it. Evil on this sense, they get away with it.
They do? Oh, you mean Kash Patel and Pam Bondi and Bongholio and I guess the Anti-Defamation League and Netanyahu and Trump and Jared Kushner and Howard Nutlick.
We're almost 3 weeks into it, and I know some of her points are a little out there. She's the only one. Nobody from their side is asking questions like this. If you were my friend, Pat, and I died, I would want you to be like, wait a minute, why were you touching shit? Who has the footage? And it doesn't add up. Tyler doesn't
What do you
even
think's
add
going to
up.
happen, Tom?
Tyler doesn't even add up. It want you to, but I mean, what more could you ask for? A trans adjacent person did this. It's almost too perfect.
Well, I'm thinking three things.
Are you?
Actually more like two.
Probably one.
The first is there are hard facts that dots aren't connecting. Did he fire one shot from up on top? Crowd reaction appears to be a little different.
How? They all went like this. What do you expect? Why? Because they didn't all go.
And he really ran off that way with that gun of that size in that jacket or blanket, whatever he had there. He was
Yeah.
walking peg leg down the street with the gun down the leg of his pants. There's things on the Tyler angle that don't add up. Why is this older gentleman
Did you love the idea that these assholes will want to show up and be like character witnesses for Tyler Robinson?
standing up when everybody would be ducking down? I was in a restaurant when a gunshot went off in a bar. One gunshot. Everybody was on the ground. We were all under the tables until a server said, our security guy took the guy outside. Nobody got shot.
That was 3 hours later.
But I've seen that. So that's
They were bringing food over and serving it under the tables just for safety's sake.
one point in my life when I was in college. I heard a gunshot indoors. You're all down.
Indoors.
Yep.
Why is this old guy standing up waving a hat? So I see little facts like this that just don't seem to add up. Why wasn't there police there taping up the scene?
Because it's not germane to the investigation.
Why are people taking cameras that would be holding footage that would be
So somebody else wouldn't steal it because there was thousands of people running around,
of great interest to the FBI? Why is the Utah
and because they weren't taping off the area. So
governor coming to the
my favorite thing is that like it's just habit. You just start breaking shit down when the thing's over. Like show's over, they just start taking it apart.
microphone? We got him, and we got the gun. It reminds me, if you read Oswald, they did the same thing. They held up the
gun?
Italian gun,
Everybody took the photos?
and then they talked about Oswald, and a day later they killed Oswald.
Yeah, weird.
Did they?
Brandon, what do you think happened? What do you think's going
So
on?
these facts bother me. There's
Yeah, Brandon, tell us what happened.
my headline, Pat. The
So-
I
facts
got
that
it.
we can have
Brandon, what do you
bother
think?
me.
So the only thing I could say for certain is that we're clearly not being told everything that the FBI knows. We're not being told everything the hospital knows. We're not being told everything Turning Point knows. And that was one of the things I was most excited about for the
So all your friends and all the people in power that are, you know, in total alignment with Trump and what he wants to do, you don't trust any of them. Welcome to the resistance.
administration was the notion of having a transparent FBI for the first time, where, you know, we know the games they play for, like, with the JFK stuff, with the Butler, Pennsylvania stuff, and even the Epstein stuff. But, you know, we're not getting that. And you would
Yeah, you're not getting any of it. It's funny, the Butler stuff and the Epstein stuff especially.
think that somebody like Kirk, who was almost the most responsible person for getting Trump elected, like Trump could be in jail if it wasn't for Charlie Kirk with what the Democrats wanted to do for him. You would think that he would have come down with more vengeance and more curiosity about what.
No, I wouldn't really. He's a transactional fart who doesn't give a fuck about anybody but himself. You don't actually think he's a Christian, do you? You're not one of these people who actually thinks Trump's a Christian, right?
Happened to Kirk and spoke about that more. So I'm surprised to see that from Trump's end, that he's not more curious about what happened to Kirk. I'm surprised that Kash Patel's not being more transparent
Really? You're surprised?
and forceful to find out what happened. And then not only that, they're withholding stuff from us in addition to not being transparent about it. So I don't think there's enough to say for certain who might have done it, but I can say for certain that we don't know everything they know, and they're like they're forcing us to come up with these theories and alternate opinions
Yeah, it's their fault.
because they're deceptive.
How long are you willing to be patient? Like, actually, Hanlon's rate.
Yeah, what's the shelf life? How long before your love of Trump goes stale?
Okay.
Achman,
Hanlon's razor.
what's that one?
Hanlon's razor. If you pull it up, Rob, I'll read it. Hanlon's razor.
Hanlon's razor is if you, more often than not, people think stuff that's like an evil plan is actually, the result of fuck-ups.
Is
Never attribute to malice.
never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity, Tom, or
a mistake.
a mistake. So it suggests that negative events or poor actions are more often the result of ignorance, incompetence, carelessness, or other non-malicious factors that intentional evil.
Agreed. I don't think this show, for example, is an act of evil. I think it's a bunch of incompetent, stupid assholes blathering into microphones. It's a great example. You should think about maybe calling this, Hanlon's Razor podcast.
Then intentional evil or malice. Let's take this as innocent until proven guilty. Perspective real quick.
Yeah, that's the talking point you're getting from upstairs.
None of this stuff makes sense.
But like he's like, let innocent until proven guilty. This is all just mistakes. But
Bullet goes in here, shouldn't be an explosion. Bullet goes in here, it comes out because it should. The damage doesn't go in like that. The damage comes out. So I'm with you. I'm on the same page. That coming out looks like it didn't come this way because at first we thought it was blood squirting. It's not blood squirting. It was actually a thing. So that's good that we're seeing that.
it's actually a thing.
Guy standing up automatically and starts walking towards the area being shot is the same guy that was there on 9/11. And then the guy putting the chip in the hat and walking, all this stuff, I'm with it. And but to me, I guess the question I'm asking is, how long? Imagine you're them. You are
Which them are we talking about?
Cash. You're doing the investigation.
Yeah,
How long should you have?
that's right. How long should Kash Patel have? I'm going to guess less than 3 weeks.
To get to the bottom of this?
Well, considering Kash Patel is always on the bottom,
I guess that's the part that we don't know. And what is the protocol? What are you supposed to go through? What's supposed to be the process? How many people are you interviewing? How many people are you supposed to be talking to? You know, the fact that you're seeing the place being fixed up, and that's where the shooting was, and you get it fixed. Have they made an announcement why they did the construction?
Absolutely
It's
not.
not just
Has the
fixed up,
school
Pat,
made
it's
any-
changed.
I totally get it.
No
Rob, is
autopsy?
there any announcement by the
By the way, I think this is like this has been a fixation to construction on Kirk site, something like that. It's they reopened the campus, and then they are, let's see, creating a memorial for him, but they're also doing it's courtyard, blah blah blah, reopens courtyard. Paving over the truth. Yeah, here you go. I'll show you this one. Hold on. Right. This is what they're talking about. I think with oh, get out of here.
Questions that could be answered, or maybe some leads that you guys could be exploring, if you will, because once we began learning about that house next door that's been vacant and is owned by UVU, and once we began looking into the witnesses and finding a common last name and looking into Caldera Engineering, as we did last week, again, not implying that they did anything wrong, just
It's called allowing for the inference thereof. It's the coward's way of implying. Also, the reason a bunch of the people had the same last name is because it was a family's house. They lived there.
telling you factually that witness whose footage ended up in the hands of TMZ runs an engineering company that has a presence worldwide, and they specialize in making these valves. I started thinking, once people told me that valves historically have a connection to the government and the deep state.
Valves? Valves. Sorry. The deep state and valves. Oh, so that must be why Trump was talking about opening the valve in Northern California. Remember, to let all the water in, right? That was his signaling to you guys. Oh my God, that he is joining the deep state. That's what he meant by opening the oh shit. Well, thanks, Candace, you fucking weirdo.
About how important those valves were to warfare, because if you just want to shut down someone's pipe.
Yes, this was all a plot by Big Pipe. Don't look at me.
Fine. Let's say you want to shut off water.
You're gonna need a valve, obviously. You're gonna need to know the guy who knows the guy who knows the valve.
Or you want to shut off gasoline. Yeah, it makes
Sure.
sense why the government would want to be controlling pipelines and valves. But
Absolutely. Okay, I was not expecting this. Chat room, wait a minute. I was not expecting to uncover the big valve connection. Fuck me. Oh my God. Yeah, if you want to shut off somebody's gas, you better watch out. Big valve is coming for you. This is the show Vinny was talking about, like, I don't agree with everything, but man, she's on to some shit. But yeah, I'd like to buy a valve.
I started to ask myself,
How many days, how many times a day I use a valve? By the way, valve is a funny word to say. It's enjoyable. It has a good mouth feel to it. Valve. It's automatically, it's just funny. Valve. Oh man, what happened to my valve? You know what I mean? Like, you can kind of throw that one in. I'm going to start using that a lot more often. But then she's going to think I'm part of the deep state. Son of a bitch.
oh, well, did anybody look into whether or not there was anything under Charlie Kirk when he was shot?
Murder? What? A murder valve? Was there a bullet valve that someone opened? Was he on top of a valve? What the fuck? Please tell me this is AI.
What? Right?
No, not right. No. There wasn't a murder valve. They didn't fire holy shit. Does she think there was some sort of like compression underneath them where they there was a hose going up his ass and it just blew the fucking side of his neck out? They like instantly filled him with gas and that's what the was?
Because if we aren't accepting the narrative that that particular gun at that distance didn't pass through, and yet for whatever reason the feds scrambled to repave that area, maybe, as
they were covering up a valve.
People have speculated,
That there was a valve.
he was shot from a closer distance.
With a valve.
I started wondering, was there an access point to any valves? Were there any
Holy God. What the fuck? Was there an access point to any valves? Well, bitch, I bet there was a sprinkler system. There was a lot of grass around.
pipelines that could have been under Charlie? And as it turns out, I looked at some old pictures of where he was sitting, and there was a massive pipeline that was almost exactly behind where Charlie was sitting. Here's that.
Almost.
That maybe it's a water pipeline. I don't know.
Oh. I gotta. There was a hose on the grassy knoll. Charlie was gassed by hose.
But there it is under the flag. And to your right, I went into my tips line and I saw that somebody
Your tips line. Somebody called you from a valve whistleblower.
had messaged me about this. More than one person messaged me about this. They're like, hey, yeah, there's like a whole underground thing there.
Really? Really? On campus, there's a bunch of pipes like sewage and that kind of stuff on a campus? Really? You don't say.
To your right, you're observing those two little boxes, and they told me that was a trap door. Now, I'm not implying someone, popped up and shot Charlie, but that's a
You sure you're not?
close up of that area. I'm just implying that there's an entire underground there. And I remember when I looked at the footage, I felt like it was
Like there was a valve there.
coming up. I don't know anything about ballistics. I'm not an expert.
Yeah, but don't let that stop you. Don't hold back. Don't think you have to know anything about any of this. That just go with your gut. Whatever just pops into your dome. If valves suddenly sound suspicious to you, if I were you, I would remove all the valves from my house just in case the Jews are planning to drown you.
But if there was a hatch door nearby, then
And there's a guy just like spling, plow, and just went back down and like nobody saw him.
we can assume, as we should always assume with colleges, obviously stadiums, there's always an underground path.
There is. Yes, I've seen Spinal Tap. Hello, Cleveland.
So I'm wondering,
Could a person be ejected via some sort of a valve?
if the federal government has explored the possibility that somebody could have been under Charlie and done that, while everyone's looking around and thinking that a shot went off from here. If
Kind of would have shown up in the autopsy. Might have, if the entry wound was from a southern direction, you'd kind of be able to tell, dummy.
that was just maybe like decoy number 2, and actually Charlie was shot from beneath him, which then could maybe explain why there was no exit wound. Again, I'm theorizing because I have a right to. I have a right to think. And
No exit wound. I think the point everybody was making was that looked like an exit wound and not an entry wound.
that is interesting to me.
It is interesting. It's so interesting. Not as interesting as valves, but
Where does it go? Where do
we go from here now that all of our children are growing up. And this is so fucking nuts.
The tunnels underneath UVU lead to, right?
Hell. They right to a little chair right next to Satan.
That's an interesting question.
Or perhaps the Mormon Church. Dun, dun. Hold on. Or perhaps it leads, well, I don't know how you would get there. Probably because you'd get to the Mormon Church through a series of valves. Or you're just a fucking lunatic.
Maybe everyone's looking up when we should be looking below.
Yes, I remember that when my pastor gave that sermon when I was a kid, my minister gave.
Right?
Right.
We should be looking below if there
We should be looking below.
is this interest in pipelines. And I saw that actually where he was sitting, there's a whole irrigation system that's
They're called sprinklers, young lady,
managed by the university.
so that the grass doesn't die.
And so there's definitively stuff beneath.
All right. I swear to God, Jesus Christ. Chat room, holy fuck. Like, I didn't think this could get nuttier. This is nuttier than dog shit, than squirrel shit. What the fuck? Like, I don't usually tap out on some of this shit, but this is amazing to me. Like, this is, like, I don't even know how you can, how do the people in the room while she's, if there is anybody, maybe that's it. Maybe she clears the room before she tapes now so that the snickering doesn't interfere with the show. Oh, shit. What the fuck? How do you manage with the fucking, it's a
Dum 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 stupid dum silly stupid dum dum.
shit. And she's not done.
Charlie. Again, I don't know anything about ballistics,
I don't know anything about valves.
but I've been very clear that we will be exploring every lead
Oh, yeah.
until
Yeah, every lead. Yeah, every single one of them. But please don't let go of Big Valve. I feel in my heart that there is more there. And if you let it go, Big Valve will just get away with it.
Dumb dumb stupid dumb silly stupid dumb dumb dopey dippy dumb dumb stupid really dumb moron.
Valve.
Dumb, dumb, stupid, dumb, silly, stupid, dumb, dumb, dopey, dippy, dumb, dumb, stupid, really dumb.
I'm amazed. You know what? I'm so happy I can still be shocked.
we get a proper answer for what happened. And I think that would probably be an interesting one for the feds to explore.
Yeah. Trapdoors and valves.
Because within 48 hours, I mean, was it 48 hours, Skylar? They decided to instead pave that area, repave it. Do we have footage of that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The aerial footage, drone footage of the illegal paving.
Here we go. Yeah, no, they kind of did the opposite here. They paved
Oh my God.
it. And I feel like was a little soon. So I don't know
They're putting in a memorial to him.
if things can be unpaid. I'm sure they can, but maybe exploring a tunnel network would be
If it could be unpaid, you mean unpaved? Do you mean she means unpaved? I hope.
Dum 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 stupid dumb silly stupid dum 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 dopey dippy dum dum stupid really dumb dum 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 moron.
God damn. Why did they pave where Charlie Kirk was shot within days?
Good start, and I will leave while I have your attention.
Oh, you believe me, you had our attention. You had me at valves. Shit, that god damn, this is blazing by. Hit the like, share the show, everybody. I don't keep reminding you. Okay, so back to this is the peanut butter dickhead in crowd trying to hammer out Occam's rubber mallet.
University, why they've done that.
No, I took a look this morning. I could not find a single news article, nothing about any type of construction that was being planned
Can
Can
either.
you send me? Is that clip on Twitter?
I have her number
Is
again.
is that number?
Yes.
Pat, should I call her again?
There's no autopsy,
Yes, call her again, please. Call her.
right?
What is the?
I'm gonna call her name. Her name is Ellen. I could call them right now.
Call them right now.
Okay. I love this.
Call them right now. This is what? This is the university. Rob,
is
can we
UVU.
call?
Can we call? Can we make a phone call?
You just
Hang on 1 second.
hang. What I'm trying to find out is,
Z, I'm doing it.
all we want to know is one thing. Have you made the announcement of?
I don't recognize
Utah
this
is a
number.
one-party consent state, so you're good.
So I can do this?
But Florida's two-party.
So you can't do
Yeah,
that. You can't do
976
that.
Well, but this is
So-
all I've been getting. Nobody picks up.
I know. You can't do that.
okay.
So
I'll get it later.
What I want
What were they talking about?
to do is I'm going to ask the question to see
Well, he's just asking questions.
if they've made the announcement. You don't just fix up the place that got shot up and not make an announcement about it.
It didn't get shot up, but one guy got shot on that spot.
So play as if you're on the inside. What's
Yes. Well, if you worked for Big Valve,
your argument? Don't play the devil's advocate. Play the opposite of devil's advocate.
Heaven's Advocate, isn't that a show on the CW?
Which is, what do you call the opposite of devil's advocate?
The Advocate, God's Advocate.
What is the antonym of devil's advocate?
There isn't one. The Devil's Advocate is the antonym for advocacy.
How do you
God's advocate.
Yeah, I mean,
do you know what I'm
because-
saying? Like
what?
No, nobody knows what you're fucking saying, stupid. It's not an antonym. It's a specific role. The devil's advocate is really a thing that exists. It's in the Catholic Church. When they want to make someone a saint, they have someone come there, and their specific job is to explain why this person should not be a saint. And that person is referred to as the devil's advocate. Oh, I'm going to call so many names. Right.
Being the opposite,
play
opposite
the opposite,
opinion.
like they're doing everything truthfully.
Okay.
What's your argument? You're on Cash's team.
You steel man their argument. You steel man their story.
Give that argument.
On Cash's
Fuck.
team, it's like, well, I mean, the shooter.
You would say that it would be because they don't want to give evidence away that would be pertinent to know on the FBI side. But Cash is the one that came out and said, "Hey, we got him before they even had him." So that contradicts the notion of them trying to withhold things from the public.
Yeah, saying that you have a shooter that fast before you actually had the shooter doesn't add any credibility to you, which you've.
Excuse me, they don't need any credibility. He's your friend, and you trust him implicitly, and you did before the Epstein stuff, and you do now. So shut the fuck up and take it up the poop chute. That's just your job. You don't get to question Kash Patel now.
Already lost the
But
credibility.
remember, you're not doing it. Just do it for a second.
Do it.
Well, they're handling
You're the spokesperson for them, and you truly know
How do you sell this? Well, you come out and you go,
Dum, 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 dum.
right, that's it.
everything they know. Okay? Speak on their behalf. What do you say?
Hey, I respect the public's curiosity here. It's a horrible thing that happened to a very public figure. This is an active investigation. There are multiple angles that are being pursued here, and we have to pursue those and complete the investigation without tipping off people or without framing it through the media, and we can't lose our opportunity to prosecute because certain things are misrepresented in the media. So you need to let us do our work. We're interviewing a lot of people and following a lot of leads. Now I'm stuck. So let's say I'm the press secretary for the FBI. Says, well, so why did you say you have you got him? If there's a second shooter, don't you have to come forward and say you don't got him? So in
Yeah,
that
it's
case,
weird.
Pat, it would be hard for me. Now, how do I spin from the inside? So you're saying maybe you don't got him?
Stop doing that. You're ruining the whole thing. He asked you to steel man their argument and protect them from their own dipshittery, stupid.
You're saying you're still investigating him. Either you got him and you're done, FBI, or you're pursuing other leads, still looking into it. Which is it, sir?
No, that's not the... Okay, God damn it. I don't want to help these guys. Why do you have to... Fucking asshole. Yet, no. After you catch the person, you still have to prosecute the person. And so you have to build a case that there's more evidence that may be at play than what you actually have. And you got to make sure that you don't muddy that up or make people disregard the evidence that you have by making statements that end up being contradicted later, or that the defense can use as a way that they muddied up the jury pool, or that they gave away some of the evidence that they weren't able to have thrown out in the court, and therefore everybody who might be a jurist in that area has heard all about this thing, and you told everybody, but they ended up saying, no, this was an illegal search. So you can go, well, now you have to throw out the whole case because we can't get a jury that, because of the gun or whatever, because you said it was his gun, and that you had him dead to rights. And then we find out actually you didn't, and we have to throw the gun out. It's, fruit of the poison tree, so every jurist will have heard about the gun, even though it shouldn't legally be counted as evidence because because of how it was seized or where it came from, or it could have been planted. And so to protect everybody against that possibility, you throw some evidence out. And these motherfuckers can't recognize that that's part of the equation as well. Also, if there is a thought that other people were involved, those people could not only give evidence that would support your case against this person, but also might be exculpatory. It might have been that this person turned out he was being blackmailed into being at this person, that he was a patsy in some other way as well, like that he was being sent up there and they were going to do something awful to his family. So now you can't go after him for the death penalty, and it's a RICO case. And so even though you got the guy with the gun and you think that's the shooter and that's cut and dried, the rest of it's still wide open, and you don't want to fuck that up. So it's not binary like these dipshits.
And you're kind of stuck, but...
Oh my God, they're so dumb. It's so fucking painful. Ugh! Why? Why?
Dum 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 dumpin' dum 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 stupid dumb silly stupid dum dum dopey dippy dum dum stupid really dumb.
Dum 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 dum.
Shit. Like, none of these motherfuckers have watched a single episode of fucking Dateline?
On the inside, that's what I would be saying.
What's up, Rob?
It's interesting. There's some construction information that's been released by the Utah Valley University, but none of it has to do with the building that you guys are mentioning or where Charlie was shot. So they released a student center remodel. There's an article about that. There's also the Scott M. Smith building that they were constructing. There's also the stadium that they're going to be using. So they do issue announcements regarding construction ongoing at the campus. There's nothing written about where Charlie was shot and construction being done there.
Weird. It's so weird.
Hold on. Now, like, do I have to? And I don't even have a fucking. September 23rd, 2025, almost 2 weeks after conservative commentator Charlie Kirk was shot and killed in Utah Valley, the Orem School has announced it is creating a committee to develop a memorial. Let's see. There you go. Following the assassination, here you go. This is following the assassination memorial committee following the assassination of Charlie Kirk on September 10th. The university is creating a committee to develop a memorial. The UVU Memorial Committee will be co-chaired by Liz people. As the committee will listen to the people, receive an outpouring of support, ideas, and suggestions regarding a memorial from students, faculty who are supporting our community. Okay, so they announced that part of it. Then we'll go the area where he was shot was the outside auditorium or whatever, the campus. Hold on, maps, parking. Here we go. Utah Valley University main campus map. Here we go. Allow. Okay. So, let's see where this is. That's the house. Let's see, 360 panoramas, buildings, event locations. Fourth, the amphitheater. That would be this thing right here. Okay. 3D concept, accept, whatever. That's the, okay, so this is the amphitheater area, I guess, where he was. Let's see, hold on. This is so annoying. Theater people or whatever, show more. That's the amp, okay. This area right here. And down, 3, 2, 1, first floor, okay. So this is, the whole campus. Okay, there's the baseball diamond over there. This is the open camp. I think this is it right here is the open area, the campus. Yeah, steps area, this whole thing. Fairly certain, correct? So yeah, they're like leveling this up one, I guess. Is that what we're doing? Yeah, so there's the pool area over here where this has been. There's nothing. Yeah, so it's this area right in here. Yes? Pardon me if I'm getting this wrong from the map of the area. It's not that great. There's the, yeah, this is it. So the that's the pool they were showing. This is the rooftop. This is the area where he buggered off in the parking lot over here. It's like this rooftop over here. Or this one up here. Is this one up here? Yeah, it's this guy right here. That's what it is. So he was right here. This is where he ran and jumped down off here, went across the parking lot, and then this is the area where the event was taking place. It was this kind of outdoor area. And I guess they have this little, it's like this, I guess. Is this the area where they were? I don't know. I'll have to look. There, obviously, there's a fountain here with an arrow in it that clearly was run by a series of valves. Sorry, I should have done that a little better. Sorry. That was created by a series of valves. So they're doing some work there, I guess, on that spot.
Here's the problem.
Here's the problem. You have four stupid guys trying to explain something they don't understand.
The problem is, it's hard to make a case for them. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's, I think that next time, don't elect and support a bunch of habitual liars who don't give a shit about anybody but themselves and are a bunch of transactional dickheads who are out for revenge. You can call that Sparks's razor.
It's hard to make a case why it's... if let's just say the school does have that construction scheduled, you're the FBI, you're the local PD. Guys, you're not touching this for 3 weeks.
Yeah, a week.
Can you look up, Rob, what is the longest a crime scene stayed intact?
Good question.
What is the...
What? How about the shortest? I got news for you, motherfucker. You know that kid the same day who killed two kids at that that high school on the same fucking day this happened? That school was open the following Monday. They didn't rope off the fucking entire area. Uvalde was open a week later. They didn't fucking... Goddamn.
Longest a crime scene stayed intact just to get all evidence.
Or the average amount of time even.
I want to know the longest. I want to know the...
Don't ask for the average. We don't do average here.
Longest. Not the average time. I want to know, because shortly, average is going to be probably 8 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours. But what is the longest a crime scene stayed intact? And maybe that's not the question, Rob. Tom, what's the question? Are we asking a question the right way? Do you know what I'm...
Oh, God. I'm sorry, Candace. I thought you were the stupidest person talking about this. You're just fucking bananas. This is stupid.